one thing I always like to do, well, I've only done it one other time, but it's a tradition for me now, is because it's delicious, is to make venison bacon. Now, I know it's not traditional bacon. It's not made from the belly of the deer, just kind of like how regular bacon is made from the pork belly. But it's still delicious. It makes a fantastic BLT, and yeah, so that's what I'm working on today. I'm doing half batch because the whole batch is 25 pounds worth, and that's a lot of bacon. Generally, your packs of bacon at the store are not even a pound. They're like 8 ounces if it's really premium, to 12 ounces. So you're not even getting a full pound worth. So 25 pounds is a full batch of the seasoning packet I'm using. So 25 pounds of bacon is a lot. So I'm doing actually half and half. I'm doing half venison and half turkey bacon. My wife uses turkey bacon a lot because of health issues that she's trying to get under control. So yeah, that's what I'm working on today, is grinding up meat and getting the slurry going and getting the molds packed and everything like that. So let's get at it. Alright, to save you some of the pain, I'm not going to show you me cutting or taking the meat off this pork butt and dicing it up to grind. You know what that looks like. Cut it up into cube size to fit in a grinder, and then we'll proceed to grinding. Got a good bit of meat out of that, so I guess onto the turkey. I need to get all the meat off of that. Alright, finally got all the turkey meat off the bone. I got 10 pounds, 5 ounces. So that turkey was actually a 22 pounder. I'm gonna go ahead and get this stuff in the freezer so it chills down. You want your meat when you grind as cold as possible, on the borderline partially frozen. You don't want it fully frozen, but partially frozen, which this meat, turkey meat, thaws out pretty quickly. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that into the freezer. All right, so first thing I'm gonna grind up is the pork. Once I get that ground, I'm gonna divvy it up into each pan. That's why I got one pan there, one pan there. Don't need this anymore. But yeah, so once I get it all ground up completely, I'll divvy up between both pans. One pan will be for the turkey bacon, one will be for the venison bacon, and then I guess I will go on to grinding up the turkey itself. And of course, like everything else, I'll save you the time. You know what a grinder looks like. If you're watching this, you already know how a grinder works and everything like that. So all right, so got all the pork ground up. I guess I need to divvy it up between both of the pans, but what's next is I need to divvy up this pork between each batch and then onto the turkey. All right, so got the turkey ground up, as you can see here. Ended up being a good bit of turkey. So I got to go ahead, my formula, I need to take out a pound of how much turkey is here, go ahead and vacuum seal and freeze it, and then that should make my batch 12.5 pounds worth for this. After that, I'll probably go ahead and just mix this by hand to incorporate all together, and then probably take it out to my deep freezer. I got one out in my shed. To go ahead and chill it, because turkey doesn't take much to start thawing out and melting. It kind of turns into a slurry. So of course, when dealing with any type of meat like this, you want to keep it as cold as possible. So I'm going to probably go ahead and mix this all up, take it out so it can freeze. Clean up my grinder attachments to go ahead and get my deer going as well. I'm using ground deer, but I still want to take it through the grinder to help mix it in, and then I'll probably end up doing the same. So, hey Google, pause music. Alright, so what I did is, before I took my one slurry, the turkey bacon slurry, out. I went ahead and divvied up my seasoning packet here. I split the seasoning. It was 12 ounces, so 6 ounces went to the turkey, as you can see, and 12 ounces went to that. It called for, if you look here, focus. Why does it keep going to manual? There it goes. It says 2 pounds of cold water. So 1 pound of cold water would be 16 ounces. So I went ahead and did 16 ounces of water to the turkey, and then put 16 ounces of water to the venison bacon. I still have to grind up the beef fat. Can't forget that, or throw the formula off. And then it came with 1 ounce of cure. So I went ahead and took the cure itself and split it up. My scale isn't 100% precise, like it doesn't get down to like the point of that ounce. So what I did is I switched it over to grams, and in 1 ounce there's 28.35 grams or something like that. So I went ahead and split the 1 ounce out into grams and split it between both the loaves. I'm going to go ahead and mix the turkey up and get it into the deep freezer so it chills really good before I do my second grind. So I already ground everything down, but you need to do a second grind to really puree it, and that's what really extracts the protein to make it where it's not going to be a gritty or a crumbly texture, I guess you can say. It will be more of a slice that will stick together, and it will try to represent what bacon is. So let me get that done. I just got done, here, I'll show you. I just got done weighing out and dicing up the beef fat for the ratio. So I got everything in here. The pork's in the bottom, you can't really see it. I got the venison right here, but the problem I'm running into is it's still partially frozen, which isn't horrible, but it's kind of a pain in the butt when you're trying to mix it all together. So I think what I'll do is do a rough mix by hand, go ahead, send it through the grinder, then I can do a thorough mix and then send it through the grinder one more time so it can truly get mixed up and emulsified together. So this is how far I am, a little over halfway. Like, that's what it looks like through the first time, and then as you can see, it really emulsifies and becomes one when it comes through the second time. So I'm going to go and continue doing that, and then after that I can go ahead and pack up the molds there and get it chilling overnight for tomorrow. So for the molds, I'm using 8x8 by 2-inch aluminum pans. Works fantastic, makes a 2-inch wide strip of bacon, and they're 8x8. I do not know how many of these I'm going to need for this batch. I'm hoping I have enough. I think there's 10 in here, so I'll have 5 for the venison and 5 for the turkey bacon. So I guess that's the next step. First, what you do is you line those with plastic wrap. That helps it not stick to the aluminum because, I mean, as you can tell, it likes to stick to everything. That's half the problem. Even if it's super cold, it still sticks to everything. So you align your pans with plastic wrap, and when you go to smoke it or barbecue it, right, to cook it on the smoker, it helps it pull away from the pan easy, and then you can just rip the plastic wrap off of it. I end up not needing all 5 of them since I got 10 of them. I was going to do 5 loaves of the venison and 5 loaves of the turkey bacon. Looks like I only needed 4, so hopefully the turkey ends up being that way. But this is what I ended up with. If I can focus, there we go. So basically you just line it with a big chunk of plastic wrap, press it down, fold it over, and keep pressing it down, and you make yourself a meatloaf, basically. That's literally what it is. But it looks like I mathed that out right. At least close enough. So if my calculations is correct, 12.5 pounds per batch. I did 4 loaves worth, so just over 3 pounds per loaf, which that's what I was kind of aiming for. I didn't know if it would need 5 pans or not. I kind of figured 4 would be enough, so I'm gonna go ahead and get those in my cooler. I don't have no space in my fridge, so I'm using my cooler, but I'll load it down with ice packs to keep it in condition. So next day, I checked on both batches of bacon, and it seems like they set up pretty good. The turkey is still a little bit on the thinner side, I guess you could say, where it's not as tacky as I would like it to be. What I think I might do is I got these little disposable grill grates, I guess you can call them. They're like little mesh, expanded metal looking things. So I think for each of those loaves, I'll probably end up putting them on one of those just to eliminate the risk of the loaves falling through the actual grill grates on my smoker. The venison bacon, on the other hand, should be good to go though. It's tacked up real good as expected. So next is to get it on the smoker. I got the turkey loaves out of the fridge, and they're actually doing a lot better than I anticipated. As you can see, I got it on these little grates, disposable grill grates, which will help me transfer it over to on the smoker. But I am actually very happy. I thought they would be falling apart. Like, that one's really holding shape, which is fantastic. And then over here is the venison ones. So I'm going to go ahead and get the turkey ones on the smoker, and then I will come back for the venison ones. I got the loaves on. I didn't get no footage of me putting them on because I just wanted to get them done and over with, so they didn't have enough chance to melt or lose form. But so you can see turkeys there. Kind of have the grates overlapping, but that's all right. Venison over here. Got my smoke tube there with some apple wood chips, so that should be good. Went ahead and switched my smoke setting to, well, my temperature setting to smoke. So now it's just a waiting game. Just gotta wait until they're done. I'll probably after an hour or two check the internal temperature and go from there. You don't really want to rush this. You want it to take its time to bring up the temperature. When it comes to barbecuing meat in general, once the meat reaches 130, 140 degrees internal temperature, generally it doesn't take on any more smoke flavor. So the key is to make sure the meat's cold when you put it on, and take your time getting it up there in temperature. I'd say about 2 hours later, I just temped it. It's around 120, so it's rolling. It's rolling along.
Within a matter of days, it just showed like there's no gap in his intelligence. You could have taught Nishi how to fly an airplane. Yeah, you could have been.
I'd say probably 2 more hours, and it should be good to go. We're about 3.5 hours in. It's going to give it an update. Definitely tell it's taking on the color, hardening up real good. That's what we want. But still got a little ways to go. Probably be another hour or so. Reaching the 4-hour mark. Check it again. Get a temperature reading. As you can tell, very good color. But I do not think they are at appropriate temperature yet. Oh wow, maybe they are. That one's definitely good. That one's good. That one's not. That one's good. 150, good. Almost good. So what I'm gonna do is let it go for another 30 minutes, take off the ones that are reading 150 or over, and then let the one on that's being a little stubborn so it gets up there. As you can see, brought really, really good color to it. These ones were the ones that was close to the fire pot. They're done. So I'm just gonna let them rest, let them cool down completely, and then on to slicing them. All right, so later on the evening, finally got the rest of it off, and it's been cooling. Before I slice into it, I want it to cool down completely, but here's the final product. That is the turkey bacon, and then of course the redder one is the venison bacon. I'm gonna let it cool down more before I slice it, but then I think tomorrow it's gonna be when I taste test it. All sliced up. Kind of excited to try it. I mean, the venison bacon I know is going to be good. I've done that before, but it's more of the turkey I'm wondering. Like, I wonder what the texture is going to be like, the taste, if it's going to be like regular turkey bacon that you get at the store. But tomorrow we will find out for lunch. Bacon cooking on the Blackstone. It's cooking really good. Getting good color on it. After that, we'll just have to do a taste test. So bacon is done cooking, and I'll be honest, I've been snacking on it for a little bit. But as you can tell, crisped up nice. Hear that? Same with the venison bacon. Come on now. Now my hands are all greasy. But when it comes to taste, it doesn't quite taste like store-bought turkey bacon, but I think it will do. I mean, I would eat it. And then the venison. The beef fat that I added to it was a really, really good addition. Last year or 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago when I made my last batch, I only did pork and venison. But the thing is I want the deer taste to stand out, which beef fat coming from a red meat really, really accommodates it. So I'd say it's a success. So, verdict. Is it as good as normal bacon? It's not as good, but it's good enough. I feel like it has its own place. If this is what I had to eat the rest of my life, by all means, yeah, I would be fine with that. But even when you get it crispy, it still has kind of like a chew/pull to it. Kind of like, I don't know how to describe it, like a fried bologna kind of, or a fried sausage. But is it good enough to be edible? Absolutely. We'll end up eating all of that I made. None of it's going to go to waste. But anyway, thanks for tagging along. Stick around for the next video. Oh, there he goes. Oh, there's two of them. They're right here.